Yes. What is great in the state? It is the radio rap star, the radio rock star, the fade runner, your favorite DJ's favorite television champion, the voice of choice that makes the ladies noise. I am G Money, and I am being joined by.
Of course, very best to talk wrestling. It's DB.
DB is in the building. You better act like you know what's going down. Look, smash the mat. We are back. Supposed to be here last week. Things happen.
Things happen, you know.
But look, there's a whole gang of news to cover.
It's been crazy.
Updates and all kinds of everything. Man, so you know what? I mean, we just gonna go ahead and jump into
dive in. So CM
Punk was fired from AEW last week.
He quit.
He quit. Oh, he quit. He didn't get fired. He quit.
No, he did quit, but then they fired him. So.
Okay. It's like, man, I quit. You can't quit because you're fired.
Yes.
You can't fire me because I quit.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I love those situations.
So, oh my God. Where to start? I think I've been having debates since it happened and everything. It's just like, how in the world did this happen? Like how, like, why are we here now? You know?
DB I've seen you in multiple groups.
Yep.
Like debating.
Yeah.
Like continuously debating.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes.
And you know what?
It's been so bad.
There's a lot of factors in this, you know.
You know, it's just like I always thought, you know, I agreed with the sentiment that, you know, CM Punk likes to make himself the martyr in a lot of situations. And, you know, he's one of those types where he does have a problem with anybody. He's a fuck around and find out type of guy. And they set that dude up. They set that dude up. No one.
Like it was a setup.
Yeah, I think they did catch wind of that little rumor that he got Colt Cabana fired, and then from there, they were just going to do what it takes to get rid of him. And then also with the fight deal, and you know, which just to recap, originally there was rumors of Colt Cabana being fired because CM Punk came in. And I guess that led to the things that Hangman Page said in his promo about workers' rights and everything. And then CM Punk didn't like that. So he was expecting an apology. He never got that apology and it was not handled. So he said, screw it. I'm just going to let everyone know. Of course, we're talking about All Out or as they call it, during the infamous media scrum, which is
from
still
last year.
Which is still
We're
on
not getting rid of this picture. We're not.
Yeah. Which is still on the AEW YouTube, by the way.
Of course.
Let me just mention that.
It's probably their most watched video.
Yes. But of course he broke down that he doesn't work with Scott Coleman about how this man sued him, and then talking about empty-headed dumb fuck Hangman Page, and then said the EVPs couldn't manage a target.
Yes.
But basically ran them all down. And then, of course, we know that this led to the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and a couple of others storming in CM Punk's locker room, which led to the brawl out, the fight where he punches Matt Jackson. I wish I could have been his fist in that moment. And then a chair hit and knocked out Nick. Kenny Omega got bit by another man, Ace Steel, because he was trying to help Larry, CM Punk's dog, and whole mess. They all got suspended, titles vacated, and then after Punk healed up, this led to the creation of the second show, Collision, where it's basically CM Punk was just he's the head of that, so
you got your own show, buddy.
You got your own show, so. But even then, it always felt like I called it Saturday Night Castaway, even though it's like it's the best AEW show. It was.
It was at least.
It
'Cause
was.
that first collision, the
Hmm.
first AEW collision was pretty fire. Like
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front. It was
It
pretty
stayed
fire.
consistent, and of course, Punk, came out there on the mic and ripped as he does, and he's the real world champion.
He said,
I
"A champion
guess,
actually beats me for this. I
yeah,
am the real world champion."
yeah, which could have led to some big things. And of course, I guess word happened that Jack Perry was wanting to use real glass in a segment. I guess the officials told him no. Everyone told him no. But then they asked Punk to tell him no, and he did. But he seemed to have a problem with that. So in the biggest show in wrestling history, All In at Wembley Stadium, Jack Perry says it in the pre-show. He looks at the camera. He's like, "I used real glass. Cry me a river." Which what we're learning now, it led to when he went through the curtain, him and Punk got into it. He said, "Do we have a problem?" And pretty much got him in a headlock and swung at him, and monitors fell on Tony Khan, so he was afraid for his
He's
life.
scared for his life,
He's
apparently.
scared for his life. And it led to CM Punk leaving. Now,
I'm
the
gonna cut
reason,
to the chase because DB he's being very modest right now.
yes,
Because
yes,
DB strongly feels that there is only one person. There is only one person to blame for this whole entire ordeal. I
everything,
can't believe it's taken him
everything,
this long to even say anything about it. But
everything.
we're talking about
This guy,
Matt Jackson.
he's the absolute worst.
Matt Jackson, DB
Absolute
allegedly
worst.
feels that Matt Jackson is the puppeteer,
Yep,
if you will. The
yep,
man pulling the strings.
yeah,
The
yep,
man who started the hate train
yep.
for CM Punk. He won't. I don't know why. I don't know what's taking him so long to say it. I really don't.
I just don't even want to give him any more than he already takes. Okay, I don't even want to mention his name for this reason because he's the
Because every
absolute
time I
worst.
see him at work, he just
I can't stand him. I can't stand him because he's not that good. He hams in front of the camera too much. Usually the ridiculous stuff in Young Bucks matches, he's doing it. Like I just can't. But yeah, the elite. He's holding everybody back. He's holding back his brother. He's holding back Kenny Omega. He's the reason why Hangman's not smart. But so
look.
I don't know. I just don't know. But just to give you a breakdown, like a lot of people are just very much against CM Punk, so they want to dog him. But look, you know how this man is. You know he's got low tolerance for some BS, and they push him. They've been pushing people in this locker room. Like first, he was supposed to have a meeting with the elite so they can mend fences and everything, and the elite cancels last second for that meeting. Then he goes to Europe, to the UK, and no one picks him up at the airport.
Man, that's crazy.
They call his They call the number he was given, and no one answered. It was disconnected. So then local people had to help him get to his hotel and everything like that. It's just like this is your top star. This is like one of the biggest stars in professional wrestling, and you just
Look,
leave him stranded.
let's take it a step further.
Yeah, yeah,
What if you or you watching or you
yeah,
listening,
yeah.
you're going out of the country to go kick it with some of your friends or people that you
Mm-hmm.
thought you were friends with, and like they're like, hey, we gonna send you a car. We gonna meet up at the hotel. Then we gonna go to the club and kick it. You can see these European chicks. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Going
yeah.
down. And then you get there, you get off your plane, and there is nobody in sight. You know what I'm saying? You're
At
making
all.
calls, and nobody sent you a text message, nobody sent you a singing telegram, nobody did any of that.
Yeah,
Like none of that happened. So, you know, like you just got left stranded.
you're basically
You
stranded.
pretty much stranded. So
So already, look,
you ain't even
look.
gotta be a star, man.
If
Don't leave
if
me hanging.
let me tell you, if that happened to me, like CM Punk's a better man to me because he was taking pictures with the fans and everything during this time. But you bet first, when I show up to that arena, somebody's getting punched. Like I'm telling you right out of the gate. I'm like, somebody's messing with me.
That's real life, though.
I'm like, somebody's messing with me. We got a problem. And I would have told Tony himself. I'm like, either you're gonna fire somebody today, because what is this? This is ridiculous.
How you gonna set your boy up like that? Look,
Yeah,
people can say I know a lot of people don't like CM Punk.
I know.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And that's fine. You're
that's
allowed to like and dislike whoever you want.
that's fine.
But the man brings in the money.
He brings in the money. He brings in the
He's
attention.
literally the biggest draw in the company.
He
He's
is
the
hands
biggest draw.
down.
He
Hands
is.
hands down. What did Edwin
Like
say?
I'm
Oh
telling
yeah,
you.
Charles Michael Punk.
And
The locker room gives off
honestly,
'90s Fayetteville vibes. You right? Could pop
it
off at any
does.
moment.
Him
Oh
not
no,
getting picked up is what
I
had him
mean,
waiting for whatever. Exactly. That's
I would have
look.
showed up to the arena hot already. I'm like, look,
Oh man,
somebody's getting beat up, and then
I'm swinging on somebody.
and then people do not understand the dynamics in wrestling. Look, there are veterans, then there are mid card guys, there are lower card guys. You always respect the vet. You always respect who's the top guy. CM Punk's the top guy. Okay, so Jack Perry, if he told you don't do it, don't do it. After other people told him that you weren't listening, and then you're going to go on national television, or in this case, whatever, and say to the camera, "Cry me a river," knowing that CM Punk's sitting right there because he's going to be the first one to go out.
No,
It's
look,
like poking the bear.
I'm giving off Bernie Mac and head of state vibes. As soon
Yeah,
as I get off the train, I'm slapping everybody in my way. You know
it's
I'm upset.
it's like, and I get it. CM Punk's not perfect. I get it. And people are like, "Oh, he needs to be a grown man about it. He needs to do this." It's like he said it himself. It wasn't handled properly, so he had to start handling shit. Which seems to be the same theme in the AEW locker room. It's like, if you're not cool with that group, they exclude you. They almost like put you on the outside. Thunder Rosa had to deal with that, with Britt Baker and those women. Um, gosh, Cedric's wife.
Big Swole.
Yeah, Big Swole. She mentioned that. Then we just saw the stuff about Lufesto talking about how that locker room is. It's just like, there's a clear problem. And of course, everybody's going to jump in. Oh no, we're all good. We're all cool. The AEW locker room's great. It's like, of course, because you're cool. You're part of the clique.
Man,
So,
there's been a lot of comparisons to
mm-hmm.
what Vince would do and all this stuff. And like, let's just be honest. It's two different people, Vince and Tony Khan, two different companies, you know. Like Vince probably had a lot more people to handle things. And I believe it was, I don't know who said it was Bully Ray or somebody, but
Mm-hmm.
it might have been Bully Ray. Bully Ray
Mm-hmm.
said Tony Khan needs a heavy,
Yeah,
a
he
guy
does.
to go in and tell people what it is or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
confrontational, that's absolutely fine. Get
Yeah,
somebody to do it for you. Hey,
yeah.
man, can you let such and such know? Blah, blah, blah. I got it, boss. And they'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, you literally have JR there. JR used to be head of talent relations
I
in
mean,
WWE.
you got JR, you got the Big Show, you got Billy Gunn, you got freaking Dustin Rhodes, you got Dean Malenko backstage, you got Jerry Lynn, you got these legends in the business, and Mark freaking Henry. He still works for the
Everybody gonna say
company.
nothing to Mark Henry. Oh,
Yes.
and you know what? We brought this up about. I mentioned JR's
Yeah.
name. I forgot to say this, but congratulations to Jim Ross because he announced he is cancer free.
Yeah, boy.
Congratulations, Jim Ross. We definitely need you around. And fuck cancer.
Yes. Fuck
You
cancer.
know what I'm saying?
And he can
Always.
still like his sexy lady pics like he likes to do. JR be wilding on.
And look, JR
Hey,
has every right to be
by
an old
God.
dirty man.
By
He
God.
got a right to be an old dirty man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you want to be an old dirty man, then do it, sir.
Do it. Do it.
You have more than earned.
You've earned your right.
Yes, exactly. So yes, but yeah, that whole situation now the talk is outside of the CM Punk. Well, what happened with CM Punk? I think we all know what happened. Well, wait,
Yeah.
hold up. Harry Miller said, "Sexy ladies with barbecue sauce."
There you go. By God.
Now there's talk about where CM Punk could end up if he even wants to wrestle again.
Yes.
Now, one interesting note that was brought up was that if he just happens to go to Impact and wins the Impact Championship, he will be the first person ever to win every single major companies championships. I'm not mad.
I would say in the current era.
Well, yeah, in the current era, yeah, you know, from at least from the time he started.
Yeah.
He's won WWE's, he won Ring of Honors, he's done AEW. You know what?
He did ECW too.
Well, at least all the American ones. He didn't win any of the Japanese ones.
Yeah.
You know.
But he was also ECW champion. So
yes, he was ECW champion. And speaking of ECW, speaking of EC3, the NWA World Champion, he also said that it would be great to have him come to the NWA. That he said that would be a game changer, and it literally would. It literally would. That would turn NWA's whole company around. They would go from just being on YouTube and Fight TV. Somebody probably put them on TV just cause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing with NWA is the land of the big guys. Like they got big ass guys there. I'm talking about 240 or better. You know what I'm saying? But it would be interesting to see that as well. And there's some great veterans down there as well. So I mean, you never know. Or go ahead.
No, but then there was rumors because we remember the moment where CM Punk went backstage and actually talked to Triple H and talked to a bunch of people.
Back in April, right?
Back in April, but he had to leave because he was still technically under AEW contract. They said that there were rumors during the little hiatus when they weren't sure if Punk was coming back or not, that there was a discussion to have him come in Royal Rumble 2023 and later feud with Kevin Owens.
Obviously it's a good thing that didn't happen.
No, it's good because we wouldn't have got what we got,
and we're going to cover some of that later. But now he could come back, and there are some people that want him back in WWE. Some WWE wrestlers. I just saw Zelina Vega talking about how she never had a bad experience with CM Punk. That would be great. Look, Roman Reigns even said if it'll make money, he'll put his feelings aside.
And one thing Triple H has always said, even talk about, he's like, Punk's a weird dude, but he's like, I will answer the phone. We will have a conversation because guess what? Money be green.
Exactly. Money is green. We don't care about all that other stuff.
Because let me tell you, care. The fact that Ultimate Warrior came back, like,
come on now,
that's
they did a whole. They did a whole The Rise and Fall of Ultimate Warrior DVD. They made a DVD about that man. Come on now.
But I just think, regardless of what you think, it's short-sighted for AEW to allow something like this to happen.
Now look,
it don't matter what you want, man.
It's cool if you don't. I do. I'd love to see it because I would love to see him in.
Here's the thing. It's still controversy. It's still interesting. This is the wrestling business. What show are you watching?
And look, if there's nothing else that I learned from Eric Bischoff, and there's not much. Well, I'm lying. I learned a lot from Eric Bischoff. But the most important thing he ever said was controversy creates cash. You better believe that if CM Punk steps foot in WWE again on TV, you better believe the views are going up. As soon as the word breaks, if a report comes out, I guarantee you, whichever show it is, SmackDown or Raw, they're getting an extra million viewers.
It's going to happen, guaranteed, because people are going to want to know what he's going to say.
They're either going to watch it because they're going to hate watch. They're going to hate watch it. A lot of people are going to hate watch it because a lot of people do that with wrestling. I feel that with people with AEW. I know it sounds like we rag on AEW a lot.
Yeah.
But we don't hate AEW. We just want them to do better.
We just want more. Like AEW has.
I won't even say do better because I won't say do better. We would just like to see different things.
Yes. And AEW has my favorite gimmick of the year right now, being Toni Storm, the illustrious Toni Storm. If you've not watched any of her promos, let me tell you, first of all, she is going through it. Like she lost her title, and she's like, "Am I not good enough? Am I not the illustrious Tony Storm?" And now she's like one of those old school 20s actresses
Mm-hmm.
who are like chain smoking and just
Yeah.
stressed out about her performances, and which that also makes me laugh. She doesn't wrestle. She has performances. Like everything about her gimmick right now is great. Like that was the one thing I felt like she was always missing, was like a big personality and
Yeah.
stuff. She was always just kind of there. But I think this is probably the gimmick of the year candidate,
And
in
she's
her throwing shoes after
chin up,
every interview.
hits out, and watch out for the shoe.
Watch out for the shoe.
And poor Renee has got to duck shoes like every other
Oh
show.
my god, it's amazing. Or like also MJF is killing it with Adam Cole. Samoa
Yeah.
Joe is killing it. The which again, if you haven't seen that promo, that was great, great promo. And even Swerve and Hangman Page. Now they're setting up a feud. And Swerve broke it down. He's like, with all your opportunities that you got, I could have been I could have been the first black AEW World
Oh
Heavyweight
man,
Champion. Now
bro,
he
he sold me on that alone.
cooked,
He
cooked.
sold me on that alone.
So I don't hate AEW. Even Orange Cassidy, he's completely changed now and won me over as a consistent character, like a top baby face on AEW. They have all the elements. It's just these backstage shenanigans are doing nothing. All this stuff is happening. The wrestling world hears about it. Like they had the biggest show in history, and we haven't even really talked about it since. It just
Oh yeah.
came and went. So there's clearly some issues. Tony needs to either get, like you said, a heavy or something to get things back in direction. But honestly, they're kind of the laughing stock. They lost the biggest possible wrestler ever that the company could have. He is gone. Like he's gone. And now WWE can poach that and make even more money, which has been
Man,
their this
which
has
is
been like their highest grossing year ever. Like,
Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and then CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Come on
well,
now.
I mean, let's break it down too. Now they've built consistent big baby faces. You got Jey Uso, you got LA Knight coming through, you got
Yeah.
Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Now we're back to the superstar era. We really are, where you have some great faces, some great heels. Ray freaking Mysterio is still operating at a high level, and guess who's back for 2 months? John freaking Cena.
John Cena.
It's
Speaking
just
of which, I saw two things. Two things I want to bring up. The first thing was John Cena was praising Rey Mysterio.
yeah.
I saw it earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
He said I'm 46 and I can't understand how Ray is performing at the level that he is, and he's
Mm-hmm.
older than me.
Yeah.
So Ray's about 50 now,
Yep.
or 50 or higher, and he
Mm-hmm.
is like Ray is competing on a consistent level, and he's competing damn near every week.
Yep.
Like, and he might be half a step
A
slower than
little slower.
maybe a
But
step.
even then,
But
he's
even him
smarter.
at a step slower is still faster than a lot of other
Yeah,
people.
he's one of the all time greats, and there's no question about it. And then, oh man, you still got freaking AJ Styles in the locker room
Yep.
too. Like you have some of the best talent in the world of WWE, and whatever CM Punk would be a part of that. He would
Man,
be a part of that.
if he
Now,
would, you know what I'm saying? If they went through with that, I mean, I'm just saying.
now they did say next week the Endeavor deal should be official, where WWE and UFC will be merged under the same company now. So, which they say a lot of changes could be coming from that, because Vince will be back full in charge. So who's to say what happens? And if anything, if UFC, and for example, like Conor McGregor, like
Yeah.
he still has a job. So I would not be surprised if Endeavor really wants to get CM Punk now,
Man,
especially.
a specialty match, Conor McGregor and CM Punk,
Ah,
would
God,
blow the roof off.
God, it makes stupid
It'll
money.
probably be two of the most hated. Who do you cheer for?
It would make a stupid amount of money.
Come on,
Like,
man.
at the end of the
Come
day,
on.
money be green. No,
Yeah. And
okay. I
look,
show
I
this.
saw this.
He don't care.
Rollins said he doesn't. Who gives a damn what he said?
He
It's not
said,
about what it doesn't. It's not about what they want.
and first of all, Seth of all people, he's gonna work with him.
Yeah, I
He
guarantee
wouldn't.
you, if the opportunity comes up, he will work them.
He legitimately hated Matt Riddle, and they worked together.
I'm about to say, people like wrestlers, everybody they face don't like each other. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they can put their differences aside and they can work. And that's what it's about. You think Matt Hardy and Edge liked each other?
No,
Hell no.
they grew.
No.
They've mended their relationship eventually,
Yeah.
but initially that
But at the
came.
time, oh,
It
they
was
hated each
real.
other, but they understood that,
Yeah,
we can make money. And yeah, that's right.
yep.
And look, he pretty much that was a very public story.
That was
Like
very
Riddle's wife at the
wife.
time said something about Becky Lynch, and like Steph was adamant on something. Nah, I ain't trying
I
to
hate
wrestle
it.
that
I hate
dude at
that
all.
dude. But Riddle came to him like a man and apologized, and then they were able to move forward. And that's how it is. I mean, CM Punk, he mended his thing with Triple H. Like he
Mm-hmm.
went in to talk to him and mended that fence. So exactly, exactly.
Right.
Money.
Just like Omar said, like the $1 Million Man said, everyone's got a price. Look, you better believe if it makes dollars, it makes sense. I guarantee it. You put CM Punk on any show, that show is doing numbers. If
It's
it's
gonna
Impact
happen.
is doing numbers. If it's NWA is doing numbers. If it's WWE, it's definitely doing numbers.
He is a
People
proven
will
wrestling
find a way
star.
to watch Impact if Punk goes there. They will find a way to watch NWA if it goes there. They will definitely tune in for Raw and or SmackDown. Hell, if he shows up in NXT and they let people know ahead of time, you better believe that people are tuning in.
It just is. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of CM Punk haters. I don't hate him. I don't hate him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've heard he could be an asshole or whatever.
Hmm.
Hey, bro,
I
that ain't
know a
got
lot of.
nothing to do with the price of tea in China.
There's a
Ain't
lot of
got
assholes I have to deal with all the time. So who
Man, look,
cares?
bro. If we talk about real life in here, I lose my job. Talk about the people I work with. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, but hey, look, sometimes you just gotta work with people you don't like, but
Yeah.
you also gotta realize when a chance like, bruh, CM Punk working anybody could raise their stock.
I mean, but look at the matches he had in AEW. You got to give the guy credit.
He had some good
He
matches,
had some
and he's not
great
even the
matches.
same wrestler. He's not
No,
even the same wrestler.
no,
You could say he's a step slower than he was,
yeah.
or he's not the
Well, he was
same.
also not wrestling for 7 years, too. So
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, absolutely.
I mean, but it's crazy to think the CM Punk journey has ended. Um, he was just inducted into one of the Wrestling Hall of Fames and got to hang out with JBL and Ron Simmons and catch up with
Yeah. Oh
them.
yeah,
And
the Cauliflower Alley, right?
yeah, yeah,
Cauliflower Alley Club.
and his speech, he basically thanked Roddy Piper. He said all these legends approved of me, so nobody else matters in his mind. It's like he's like when the people I grew up with respect me, then you can't tell me nothing. So um, I just the only tragedy of everything is, in my opinion, the All In main event should have been Kenny Omega versus CM Punk for the AEW World Title. That was the
Yeah,
biggest possible main event Tony Khan could have did, and he didn't. So
but you know what? And considering what happened, they should have just gave it to us.
yeah,
At some point, they should have just gave it to us.
yeah,
And you know what? I'm not gonna argue or I'm not gonna debate that. Like that
yeah.
was a
That's
good
true.
man. Those promos,
Yeah, those
those promos
promos
were excellent.
next level.
MJF and CM Punk went ham with the promos, man.
Mm-hmm.
They went ham. Oh my gosh. He said, Adrian says, we never got the Summer of Punk sequel. How do you fail 3 times to give us a sequel?
You're right.
No.
You're right.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like they're back. What was that? You remember it was like a year and a half ago where when I was talking about I used to listen to Cornette a whole lot.
Yeah.
And Cornette was like the WWE was pretty much begging AEW to take over and be the best wrestling show.
They were.
And
They made.
they're fumbling every week. They're fumbling
They
every
made
week.
it
Y'all just won't
easy.
pick it up. You just won't pick it up.
They
Well, that
made
time
it
is past.
easy.
That time is past now.
Yeah. They
because
may. Mhm.
WWE's trying now. I don't know what happened like from 18 months ago, but they're trying now.
It's
So
Triple
they're
H
doing a
happened.
lot better. But
Triple H happened. That's what happened.
yeah, man. Oh my gosh. It's you know, it's gonna be crazy. But like we could come back to that in a second,
Hmm.
but we also gotta show love to Gunther, who officially became the longest reigning intercontinental champion in WWE history today, beating the Honky Tonk Man's reign of 454 days. He's at 455 days and counting. Here's a question for those who are watching. And first off, shout out to everybody, whether you're listening on a podcast somewhere, you're streaming it on Apple Podcasts or whatever, or if you're watching this live on our
We
StreamYard, on
appreciate you.
Facebook, on our YouTube, whichever, wherever you're listening. I got a question. Send messages if you can. Is Gunther the best professional wrestler out right now? Is he the current best in active wrestler? Because let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Gunther doesn't do anything flashy. He doesn't have
Exactly.
a single flashy move in his arsenal. And all I see people saying is, man, that man can wrestle. Boy, he can wrestle, he can wrestle, he can wrestle. And it's like the man can work. The man
Yeah.
can work his butt off.
Yeah.
So Adrian says he's in the top 10 for me. We got a user here that says no. What do they got to do to show their name again?
It should be right there in the description. All you got to do is click it. It's StreamYard slash Facebook or something like that, and then all that's all you need to do.
Look, let me say also. Now, I don't technically agree that he's the best,
Yeah, I
but
don't
like
either.
he might be top 5, but he ain't 5.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't know who I'd have as the best, but he's got to be in consideration because
Honestly, the current best in the world, it might just be your boy,
you
Will
think Will
Ocean.
Ospreay?
Yeah, yeah, Ocean Spray.
Will Ospreay.
Yeah, he is the current best in the world.
I need to see. I need to go back and watch some of his matches. Now, look, I've been on Will
Yeah,
Ospreay for years.
yes,
I just
yes,
haven't seen too many of
rough.
his matches in 2023.
Yes.
So I'm not arguing that at all.
Because
I just need to go back and watch a
he
couple.
wrestled Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, and Okada, and beat them all in like months. Like that's the current best in the world. Very, very much. Brian Danielson, of course, he's best of all time
I
wrestler.
mean, right
So
now though,
nah.
because even he would tell you that Ricky Starks carried him in
Yeah,
that strap match.
yeah, yeah, very much.
Maybe now, before he just took this last break, I'd probably agree with you.
Well,
Right
he
now,
like broke his hand or something like that when he faced Okada.
what are you
Uh,
talking about?
Brian Danielson.
Okay, got you,
Yeah.
got
So he was dealing with that. But yeah, yeah, it's Osprey. He's the current best in the world for sure.
you. All right, all
But
right.
Gunther, he's not far. And then now you got to add
Honestly, I feel
Chad.
like Gunther might be top 3 in at
Yeah,
8-3.
I mean you're gonna have to add Chad Gable in the conversation too
Man, look,
because
all I'm saying is I can't. And the reason I ask is I
mhm,
can't name a bad Gunther match.
yeah,
I can't. At least in the last since he made it to the main roster, I can't think of a bad match.
no, it's been
Like
consistent. Yeah,
he set it off with the match with Sheamus last year. Not I'll do you one better.
hmm
A couple years ago, with Eliana Dragunov,
yeah,
bruh, dog, that was match. If that wasn't match of the year, it was second.
yeah,
Then his joint with Sheamus last year.
yeah,
Shoot, man, he had a decent match with Drew McIntyre, and I
yeah.
actually blame Drew on that one. And I hate to say it like that.
I can agree with you.
Yeah, like that wasn't like his best, but the one with Gable from this past Monday
That was one of the
was
best Raw main events.
bananas.
Yeah, that was probably so far that's the best Raw main event all year. Yeah, Seth is doing pretty well too. Consistency. Um,
Look, this I need to put a pin on that one. Every
mhm,
chop to the chest from Gunther takes 10 years off your life.
that's real.
Bruh, it's he out there. He's giving people irregular heartbeats
Yeah,
with chops.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
But
talking about
killing it.
he's giving people scoliosis from the front with a chop. It's real.
So it seems people are already speculating as to the WrestleMania matches that we're going to get in 40.
Right.
Um, Ro-
It's funny you said that because
yeah,
I just looked at a potential list, but go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So of course, main event being Roman versus Cody 2
Yep.
for the
Awesome.
undisputed title.
Yep.
Jey Uso versus
Yes.
Uso.
Yes.
What was another match? Charlotte versus Bianca Belair.
Yep.
Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch.
Right.
And then the big one, Gunther versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Obviously, we read the same stuff
Yeah.
because that's the same list I'm
Yeah.
looking at right now.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't look. How would you? All right.
That wouldn't make sense.
And you know, and I'm only going to agree because who do you root for?
Yeah.
I can't see Americans. I mean, I can see Americans rooting for Gunther, but like, it's not yet.
No.
So, what does that got to? I'm not even going to address.
Don't even address that. But yeah, I do see. I think because now, if you haven't seen, Jey Uso is officially on Raw with his new version of Down since day
Just
one.
me, Us.
Day one ish. I already love it. So I could see Jey Uso being the one to take the Intercontinental title.
Wow,
I could see it.
I didn't even think about that.
That is my prediction. Is Jey Uso is taking the Intercontinental title.
Jey Uso taking the Intercontinental. That would have to be, man. That I don't know. That is interesting because it's got to come off of him at some point. So now hold on. First question: Wendell asks, do we think Seth will hold on to the World Heavyweight Championship long enough to face Gunther at? No, you know what? Here's the real question: who's going to hold their title longer? I won't say longer. Who do you think won't be champion by WrestleMania? Do you think Seth Rollins will lose his title first or Gunther will?
I think Gunther will.
Because I personally believe that Seth can lose his title at any point and it'll be fine. Mm-hmm. Like, because I got a strong feeling. I ain't gonna say a strong feeling. We already know that Damian Priest is cashing in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now the swerve would be if he did it on Roman. That would be the swerve. Yeah. But I don't see any reason for him to. I don't see any reason for him to not cash in before WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you know what? Now that I think about it, what if Priest cashes in on Gunther?
But why Gunther though? Like, why the Intercontinental Champion? Like that's some Austin Theory type deal. You know what I'm saying?
Which they didn't even officially do it when he did that. Like he didn't win it.
One of those times he did. I just can't remember which time.
Yeah.
But hold on, I found two pictures that I need to show you guys. Mm-hmm. And well, first I didn't put up a pic of Jey Uso because he joined the Raw roster.
Yeah.
And I got this other one, and I'm going to ask you guys about this, and I'm going to see what y'all think about this one. Show me the pic. There it is right there. Do you guys think? I think we know where this is going, but there was a really good backstage promo between Dom and Jey Uso. I want to ask the question. Do you think Jey Uso should join the Judgment Day? Because if he does, he got to have the hairstyle. He got to have the emo look.
I think he's been abused enough, so I don't think he'll join Judgment Day.
I don't see any reason for him to do that.
Yeah, it's just me, Us. Day one ish. That's what he says in his theme song now. So
here's a question. I haven't looked at the chat for. Here's a good question by Kaylani. Who are they trading from Raw to SmackDown since Jey is on the show?
I think it's going to be Cody.
Cody? You think Cody's going?
I think because Roman, especially, he's not been on TV lately and stuff. So I think they're going to put Cody on SmackDown.
They don't need him. because LA Knight is about to be the biggest. I didn't mean to put that back up. LA Knight is about to be the biggest face on the show.
You still need another big face, and especially they don't know what Edge's situation is right now. So,
well, let me see. If I had to choose somebody to go to, who would benefit from going to SmackDown?
I went to SmackDown, and it has to be a worthy trade for Jey Uso. So,
you know who would? I mean, he's in a storyline now, but honestly, to me, it would be Drew McIntyre. That would be a worthy trade to me.
I feel like they're setting up.
But I think they moved him for a reason.
Yeah, he's turning heel. That's what's gonna happen.
Let's see what else we got up here. I'm pulling for Gunther. Adrian says, I'm pulling for Gunther to take that World Heavyweight Championship out of the shadow of tribal reigns at Mania 40. Let me tell you something. Even if he wins, it's still going to be in the shadow.
It is.
No matter who wins that belt, until Roman Reigns loses it, he's going to be in the shadow. Yeah. Even if CM Punk comes back and wins that belt, it's still going to be in the shadow of Roman Reigns. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
But they do need to do something. He needs to come back. It's been almost 2 months since he's been going.
He don't need to come back. He's Roman. He's Roman Reigns. He's been doing this for 3 freaking years. Like Roman, we're good. He can come back whenever.
Chad Gable has been killing it. This is Omar says. Chad Gable has been killing it, but I don't want him as the next Intercontinental Champion. Dragunov has been Gunther's best matches, so I want this call up to end the reign. Here's a question. Do you think that they could do it 3 times? Match of the year, damn near 3 times?
I think they could, for sure.
Bro, I don't know how they could. Like, the first one was great. The second one was ridiculous. I don't know how they could. I really don't know how they could do better.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they could. Windows says they both seem like their reigns are ending with Seth having the movie and Gunther finally getting the record. You remember what happened when, who was it? Was it the New Day or was it? Remember when the New Day had broke the record for longest tag team reign, and it was either the day of or the next day they lost the belt to the Bar. I remember that like it was yesterday.
It was not long after.
And wrestling fans think about stuff like that, which the
Usos beat that reign now.
Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah. They did beat that reign, and then they lost.
Yeah,
but it wasn't right after though. It wasn't right after.
Yeah, it was like a couple months after that. Let's see.
He said Jay Bieber not Jay Bieber. Oh yeah, well I did show the picture. So
it's me, Oos. Day what ish?
Yeah, just me, Oos. That's what. So yeah, so all you guys think Cody is going.
It's Cody. They need a top star on there, even though LA Knight's coming up.
You think? Hold on. Omar said it's got to be Cody. He's starting to lose steam. If they wait for WrestleMania to finish the story, it's not worth it. There's so many faces on the come up that I'm already starting to not care about Cody finishing the story. I'm only going to disagree because I don't think he's losing steam at all.
No, he's not.
I think they're doing good by not overexposing him.
Exactly.
By not having him wrestle every week. Yeah. I think they're doing a good job of that.
Yeah.
That's how now I won't say overexposing, oversaturating. Yeah. Yes. Like, you can make people, like, oh damn, he's every week, And I think he's been giving the rub to a couple people also. You know what I'm saying?
He's still been doing the dark.
I'm sorry.
He's still been doing the dark matches too. After the show is off the air, so he's still there. But yeah, the crowds love him. He's not losing steam.
I do. Now, granted, personal feelings aside, because like there's a lot of people that I don't really care for that are like doing really good, and it just is what it is, So
it's a good problem to have.
First off, this is something that DB loves to hear. He loves this. He loves that.
Oh, got a man. Point. She gets it. K gets it. I am always right.
Yet, Cody is also red hot with the crowds, man.
Yep.
Look, whenever somebody says something about DB always being right, I just be like,
accusations. These are not accusations.
These are not accusations.
These are not accusations.
These are not accusations.
It
is fact.
But somebody brought up a good point though. Who does Roman face next?
AJ Styles.
Isn't he about to go into it with Solo?
That
So is he
is,
going?
it's leading to Roman.
Now I would like to see a match, and he's got the Good Brothers to have his
Yep.
back.
Yep.
And you can't go like the good thing about AJ Styles is he's going to give you something quality no matter who you face. He's one of those guys that you can put him anywhere on the card and you're going to get something out of it.
He was also best in the world at one point, especially during his WWE title reign. Like he was the best in the world at that time.
Look, I need Roman to get at least. I need 2 more Roman feuds before WrestleMania.
AJ's
Yeah,
man. If Jeff Hardy was
7
still
months
around,
until WrestleMania. I need like 2 more feuds if we can get, or at least 2 more singles matches.
yeah. Hey,
So if we can get an AJ match, I'll be fine with that.
Hey, do AJ and do LA Knight. I say do LA Knight. I think that would benefit him even more.
Oh man, that would give LA Knight the stupid rub.
Yeah,
there was a time where I would have disagreed with that, but
Yeah.
after the
Miz.
after the Logan Paul match,
Yeah,
nah, because Logan Paul was Roman's 3rd match. No, I'm
Yep.
sorry, it was Logan's 3rd match.
yeah.
Roman Reigns was Logan's 3rd match,
Mm-hmm.
and they put on a hell of a show.
Yeah.
And like he had only been there for a cup of coffee, so if he can do it, why can't LA Knight get? You can go ahead and shoot him up there to the top.
You can. I mean, and if we go back to some years when John Cena was a mid card guy, he hadn't even won the U.S. title yet. He feuded with Brock for the WWE title.
I remember.
Yep.
I remember when Brock Lesnar was a champ and John Cena was on the come up, and when they announced that match, I remember thinking there is absolutely no way in hell that John Cena could beat Brock Lesnar. Like, and that was back when they was really strict on the draft.
Yep.
And even though I was kind of here with John Cena, and I was like, man, John Cena ain't beating no damn Brock Lesnar back then, and he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. But
they probably made that match a lot closer than it probably needed to be at the time.
And that's when he first started doing the attitude adjustment, then known as the FU. Because he said, you got the F5, I got the F.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Like, that's the main thing I remember about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Omar says, Cody already beat Brock. Where does he go from there? Everything else feels like a step backwards except Roman. They keep him away from feuds until WrestleMania. So many other people are going to build up that momentum. To me, personally, I thought that short program with Dirty Dom was the right thing to do.
I thought
it wasn't, but then Dirty Dom, you can pretty much say is the biggest heel in the company.
Yes.
The biggest heel.
Yes.
So you already got somebody with a punchable face and Dominic Mysterio. You put not Roman, you put Cody right there. Now it doesn't matter how good Dominic is. We just want to see him lose.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to. We just want to see him lose. So I mean,
and I feel like we need to do more side quests anyway in wrestling. Like you need to have your characters interacting with other characters in different situations, and it just gives you different layers to that. Like him dealing with Dom is a completely different story than him dealing with Roman, and so on and so forth. Like you gotta have the different layers.
Kaylani said his face makes me want to learn to box.
Yes.
Like, who doesn't like seeing a person with a punchable face get punched in the face?
Yeah.
I mean, now granted, I know what Omar's saying. He's talking about star level.
Yeah.
There's nobody bigger than Brock Lesnar except Roman Reigns. He's looking at it from that, and I completely understand.
I agree.
There's no bigger stars.
Yeah.
So you know what you got to do? You got to bring you remember we used to go to practice and they would say, well, you got to bring this person up to your level.
Yeah.
So that's what Cody has to do. Cody has to bring people up to his level to create stars. Because I'm so glad that we're on this topic, because I saw a quote on Twitter. Usually what I do before these shows, I'm either in Facebook wrestling groups looking at stuff to talk about, or I'm on X or Twitter or whatever the hell. So we can find things to talk about. And this was an interesting concept right here. And this leads into the point. Kurt Angle said, somebody had asked Kurt Angle something. He said, I wouldn't say WWE or AEW have the talent that we had back in the Attitude Era. Back then, everybody was a superstar.
Yeah.
He went on to say, guys like, he said, The Godfather, Val Venus, Bob Holly, and some other, these guys were superstars.
Yeah.
It didn't matter where they were on the card. When The Godfather came out, the crowd was almost as loud for Godfather as it was for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Think back to with Too Cool days.
Exactly.
Like when their music used to hit, people would lose their minds when Too Cool of all things, when they come out dancing.
And you could put, and I personally feel like now that I'm more mature and I understand wrestling, you could have put the Godfather in a championship feud at the time, or a heavyweight championship, a WWE championship feud with anybody, and it would have been at least a little bit believable.
It would have been entertaining.
Once you get past the BS of the hoes and all that, you could have did that. You could have did that with Val Venus. You definitely could have did that with Bob Holly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now, like, you look at some of the mid-card guys now, like, now I'm not going to say Chad Gable because we just saw what he did with Gunther, but like, and it's going to sound like kind of disrespectful, but you look at a guy like Ricochet, who should be on that level star-wise, but he's not.
Yeah.
You look at a guy like honestly, like Dominic doesn't seem like a guy that should be on that star level. We hate him, but nobody's like, oh man, he can win the title. Nobody's there like that. They hate the crap out of him. You look at guys like, who are some guys on, like, look at everybody else in the LWO. None of them are stars.
Yeah. Like
not to the level of like Attitude Era. Like Santos Escobar should be way more popular than he is. He's fucking amazing. Yeah. But he's not. You know? Who else we got? Shoot, look at Otis. Otis should be a lot bigger. He's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, there's just so many guys where you look at and you think if you put them in a certain situation, they'll probably rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
But if you don't put them in that situation and they're just doing their thing, they'll be like, no, they belong where they're at. You know? So that's why you need a guy like me personally. I personally don't think Grayson Waller is that good. I didn't watch NXT. I didn't watch the new NXT, so I don't know much about him. DB always tells me, hey man, Grayson Waller this, Grayson Waller that. I don't see it. But and like they're grooming him to be that. And I'm pretty sure he will be that. I just don't see it right now. Mm-hmm. You know, so I mean, sometimes, but him interacting with Cody, now instead of the Grayson Waller rub, he got the Cody Rhodes rub. Now I'm expecting to see him do something.
I mean, he originally got the John Cena rub too.
True.
Yeah.
Which shows me they're definitely trying to make him a big deal because they gave him the Edge rub, the John Cena rub, and now the Cody Rhodes rub. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, like at that point, you got to make some stars with Cody because Cody is a star.
He is.
So you just got to put him with guys that you want to be stars. You got to pair him with them. You know, there's no point in putting Cody. I mean, I would love to see a Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre match, but there's kind of no point of doing that, you know, because Drew doesn't need to be elevated.
Nope.
Drew is already a star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is give him the right. Drew is one of those guys that at any point in time, he's a threat to your championship. At any point in time.
Really?
Because he's legit. He's got the look. He's got the charisma. He's got all that.
He looks legit. He looks like as Booker said, a grown ass man. Like
yes, exactly. He doesn't need the Cody Rhodes rub.
No.
Sheamus doesn't need the Cody Rhodes rub.
No.
You know who else?
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio doesn't need the Cody Rhodes rub. You don't need a feud with him for that. Shoot, Finn Balor doesn't.
No.
But it'd just be interesting just because of their past. Maybe Damian Priest. I think Damian Priest is like getting to the point where
he's on the rise too.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you got to build people with Cody, man, because Omar's right in a sense. Because after Brock Lesnar, there's nowhere to go but up. But if you make other people almost as big as you, now you seem like you got a bunch of a bunch of stars in the
A
building.
bunch of options, especially where at any time you can slot this person and they can be a part. Like Sammy, for example, after the Roman feud, he's like a beast.
Oh yeah, bro. Sammy got the Roman rub.
Yeah, so he's set. He's good. Like and it's like they changed his character from being the joke to like he's a serious wrestler. Like him, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso,
Yeah.
like you got these guys. I mean, now Jimmy Uso could use a Cody
Jimmy
Rhodes
could
rub.
definitely use the rub because he doesn't have. Jay is almost to the point now where you're about to believe you shit. He pinned Roman, so you can look at Jey Uso and be like, "That's why I don't know." Somebody said that he could beat Gunther. Yeah, I believe it.
I believe.
Like
No, that
they
was me.
put him up there.
I told you he's gonna beat him. Like I think that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna end that reign.
Happen.
Yeah.
I could, man. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania could be huge. Could be huge.
Match of the night candidate.
Yeah, so
or match of the year. We'll see. Because they
and
said
then
this is their dream.
and then if somebody like Jey Uso took the belt off of Gunther, that raises his stock. Because I mean, even though I personally feel like Shinsuke should have beat Seth.
I do too. I think this would have been the time.
At this point, I feel like they're playing with my boy Shinsuke, man.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
But I'm liking the evil character again. Like he is.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
super
Exactly.
villain.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I like Evil Shin. You were the one that pointed out because I missed. What was it? Payback?
Yeah. No.
I missed the original Payback, so I had to watch the replay. And you was like, watch the Shin intro.
Mm-hmm.
The anime intro
wasn't it great? Wasn't it top? Yeah, I know.
I was like, I'm supposed to boo this guy?
Yeah.
Now I want him to win.
Yeah.
And Kaylani says, please reinvent the women's tag division and stick to, I don't know.
Chelsea Green at least is one of the best anyway. Like if she wasn't so good, I wouldn't care. I
they
don't
have enough women.
Yeah.
They got enough women, but
that's another place where they need personalities again. I feel like that's what's holding a lot of them back. And before you say anything, like I actually watched episodes of WoW and they do a consistent women's roster, like full time show. So there is a possibility to do it. What happened?
I'm watching football, and Pat Mahomes just threw a pick 6.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, I don't know who's like. I'm playing fantasy football, so I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, hold on. Here we go. Yes, that intro was. Yes, it was. And who we got here? Harry says, "I'm glad Gunther has a record, but I chuckled a little. Shouldn't have when Chad Gable got beaten. His kids was crying. Yo, look,
you're evil. You're evil for that,
boy.
That poor girl.
I felt away. I was like."
Damn.
I was in the bed like, dang, he didn't tell them ahead of time, huh?
No, he did.
He
did. His kids were hyped, and when once he lost, once it hit 3, and you saw her head duck,
you could see her like, Daddy.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh man,
that was sad as shit.
First thing I thought was, this is great TV.
This is great television.
This is great TV.
I'm like, Triple H, no, he evil for doing that.
That's pure emotion, dog. Like, nothing is better than pure emotion on TV, whether it's happiness or sadness. You can't beat pure emotion. I'm telling you.
Legit. But yeah, his poor daughter.
Seth and Roman is survivors. You know what? I don't even know.
They don't do that anymore.
The only thing I know that they're doing is War Games.
Yeah, I think it's just War Games now.
So they'd have to. Survivor Series is what, November, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if they do champions versus champions again, I would be excited to see that. Yeah. Sad crying kids are TV gold. It is. It is.
Makes you care.
I just love, man, watching people cry in sadness on TV for some reason. It just does it for me.
Yeah.
Oh, they felt that.
They felt that for real.
It's like Ms. Girl.
Yes. Oh man. Ms. Girl, who else? Oh no, the dude crying when CM Punk returned. Like,
oh man. You a grown ass man, dog.
He was happy.
He was a grown ass man.
He was so happy. Still
It was
real to me, damn it.
the only time it was okay for a man to cry over another
Yeah.
man when it was Michael Jackson performing somewhere. That's
Oh
it.
yeah.
Because he had grown men. Michael, we love you.
It's uncontrollable. Like
Listen, CM Punk, sir.
my man.
He can't sing. He can't even moonwalk.
Michael Jackson stood in the same place for like
For
10
2 minutes.
minutes. Like for 2 full minutes, just didn't move once, and people are fainting. Fainting. Like, do people not understand the difference? With there will never be another star like Michael Jackson. Like, it is something. It's something eternal.
All he did was breathe.
He's and then removes the sunglasses like he hadn't even started singing yet, and they are taking people to the ambulance because they were passing out. Like, I don't think people understand the sheer magnitude of that.
CM Punk never had a match that made me cry. Okay. So I don't know what my man was feeling.
My man's was
I gotta find that pic.
Like well that was his return. Like,
I know
he was out of wrestling for 7 years, so maybe he just thought he would never see his favorite wrestler ever again, and he did it. He did for real show up at Chicago that day. Ugh.
That was hilarious.
But Michael Jackson, like, I can't say enough how people do not understand how famous that man is. They try to compare Taylor Swift and Beyonce to him. I mean, they're kind of. I mean, their concerts are way too big right now, but it's not Michael Jackson. it's nowhere
but
close.
I'm not mad though. Like, hey, look, but that's a great thing about wrestling, because if that's what it does to you, my guy, I'm not even mad at it.
Yeah, I ain't mad at you.
Like, I get it because I love wrestling. There's been some times where I was like, oh, y'all trying to make me squirt a tear up right here, bro.
Trying to hit you there. Like Shawn Michaels and Flair. Like when Shawn retired Flair. Like, oh, that was rough.
There we go. Bruh.
Yeah, CM Punk.
I'm not mad. Like, I get it, dog. I get it.
We get it.
I get it.
He was crying like Elvis came back from the
dead
or something.
Tears of joy right there.
Like, my boy was so happy.
Right. And look, well, yeah, you know what?
I was there.
Nutrition leader.
I remember. No, Kay remembers. I was there when she did that. I remember.
I can't even. I can't even front. Look, I met Stone Cold Steve Austin. I ain't cried on you.
Yeah. Oh, now let me tell you.
I felt like he would have judged me if I did.
He would have, but that's another thing. Speaking of which, Trish Stratus is on the run of her life. Like, her and Becky had a probably one of the best cage matches ever. Like,
bro, that cage match was magnificent.
That was good. And Trish never had a cage match before. Like,
here we go. Harry said, last time I cried watching wrestling was when Christopher Daniels won the Ring of Honor heavyweight title. Pine Force proud.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
He still should win the Impact title, but that's another story. So,
big facts. Big facts. Yeah. No, I'm just looking at pictures of fans crying now.
Oh, that's yeah.
You know what? Maybe I should take it back, man, because people crying over whatever. Look, if that gets some people love wrestling so much it gets there. I love the hell out of wrestling.
Yeah,
that's why I do it. So I get it. Yeah. I absolutely get it. Oh, interesting quote that I meant to say, and you know what? And this really has nothing to do with nothing, but I remember EC3 said. EC3 said the moment that wrestling died for him, and I'm willing to bet this happened for a lot of people too.
Yeah.
But he said EC3 said the moment that wrestling died for him was when Goldberg beat the Fiend for the
Oh
title a couple
yeah,
years.
yeah.
He said that took like a lot of it. It kind of like took a lot of stuff out of him.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because and you know what? I know he ain't the only one
No, no.
because like that
That
low
hurt.
key that really killed the character in a lot of
It did.
ways.
It did. It killed the character. There was no reason to do that.
And I bring that up because like that's what wrestling does to people.
Yeah.
Like that's what wrestling does to people. Like you've got a character so eclectic
Mm-hmm.
and or something that just generates a lot of emotion. And then you got something like that. You got something that people buy into
Mm-hmm.
and something
That
like that.
believe in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just ruined the whole mystique of the
Yeah.
character.
Omar said, only times wrestling has brought a tear to my eye are tribute shows after a wrestler passes, right?
Yeah.
Brody Lee tribute tops that list. Beside that was Daniel Bryan thanking Connor after winning the title at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that
Woo,
you're right. That was rough, especially when the kid died not long after that.
mm-hmm. You know, you want to know, like, you want to know what tribute show really hit me in the feels? Chris Benoit.
Yeah,
Before we found,
before
I
we
remember like it was yesterday. Like he
before we
passed on
found
the
out. Yeah,
weekend. When they came back, they stopped the show. They didn't even do a show. They did a whole tribute episode to Chris Benoit.
Yeah,
and then they sealed it. The last thing you saw was Chris and Eddie winning at that WrestleMania. Like Chris had won the belt at WrestleMania, and then when he turned around and Eddie was there,
yeah,
it's like, oh, especially because both of them were gone at the time. Oh man,
yeah. I remember that one.
Oh, that one.
Oh no, this is another one. I was with Kay on
Kofi,
that one.
Bro, look, when Kofi won, bruh,
that was rough.
I think I did too.
Yeah,
and my girl was there, and she didn't know what the fuck was going on. She's like, and I was just like, we did it.
We did it for the culture. Like I remember the video of Shad and MVP.
Yes. Like, I was about to go to that.
God, man,
bro, that was so real.
That was so because we all felt that.
People. It's so. You know what's so crazy about that? A lot of other wrestling fans don't get it.
Yeah, they don't.
And like they do not get it.
They would never.
And like
get
it. that video kind of summed up everything for all of them. They just looked at each other and said,
we did it.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care how anybody feels about that championship reign. Like that meant so
you can never take it away from us.
Bro,
you can never take it away from us. And when Lashley won and with Big E, you can never take it from us. Yes.
And it's crazy because it probably wouldn't have been a big deal if so much emphasis wasn't being put on it from us.
Yes.
Like it would, we'd be in groups and be like, man, there hasn't been a champ since The Rock and since you know what I'm saying? And bro, it's been, if you don't count the World Heavyweight Championship, because like we're just saying WWE, there's been plenty of nice play. You know what I'm saying? Definitely
now I want Shelton to still do it before his career is up.
Bro,
so. I haven't given up.
You know, Shelton Benjamin was my favorite wrestler for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. I wish.
I will never give up because the fact that John Bradshaw Layfield won the title so late in his career, anything's possible. So.
But look at the state of the company at the time. Yeah. They needed somebody. They don't need nobody now. They don't need somebody like Shelton to step up. They got plenty of choices. But back when JBL won the title, it blew my mind because I was like, Bradshaw?
Bradshaw?
But y'all just gonna let him keep the belt up. No, but he still got the belt.
But when they changed up his gimmick, though, I was like,
yeah,
I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, bro.
But I guess let's go ahead and talk about our sponsor, shall we? Our sponsor that is now champion.
Look, you know what? We brought him up earlier because and you know what? I should have took some pictures off of his Instagram. But EC3 had some really dope pictures of him and Wyndham when they were younger.
Yeah.
He had pictures of them at a at a. I gotta find them. I gotta find them and send them. But we bringing them up because he is our sponsor. Because all you guys to do is go to freec3.com. Use code STM for 20% off for life. So look, you're trying to get yourself in the best shape possible, man. And he looks like a maniac because he is a maniac.
He
He is
very much
crazy
is.
about his health. He's crazy. Like I hung around him extensively. Like he does not play when it comes to his food. He does not play when it comes around to his workouts. The man is a machine. And if you want to look anything close to what he looks like, you got to hit up the website, man. He will get you right. I'm trying to tell you. And while we're doing this, I'm going to find the pics. Oh, he was dressed up as Apollo Creed. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Hilarious. Yeah, I'm trying to find the right pic. Oh, wow. There's a couple of them. But yeah, bro, go to www.free. That's 3 E's. freec3.com for a chance. Use the code STM for 20% off for life. Get down with some of those meal plans. You know what I'm saying? Because they are legit. And thank goodness he is not one of those people that eats the same thing every day. Because I personally can't do that. I thought I could. I can't. I can't do it. So there's different things up there. You make sure you check that out.
Now control your nutrition by smashing the diet.
That's right. That's right. Matter of fact, and I got this physique. Where we at? And it is sometimes I post this and it's just like it's crazy how you don't even know like what people. Oh, I got too many pictures in here. That means I got to delete some. That first of all, let me tell you, StreamYard only allows you to have like 100 pictures loaded.
Yeah,
and we've got well over 100. So like we're just pushing the brink of everything.
The limits.
You know what I'm saying? We do it for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? We just want to make sure that we have as many things as possible.
All the options.
And there it is. You got Wyndham as Dusty Rhodes. I don't know who the hell EC3 was, and that
he looks like
almost looks like Heath Slater right there, but I know it's not.
Or he's trying to be China. Yeah, that is Heath Slater as the bunny there.
Yeah, and whoever is that might be Bo.
That might
Joker.
be Bo. Yeah.
I don't know.
EC3 looked like he was doing China. He was China in that situation.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's China from DX.
That is ridiculous.
But they go back to the FCW days. They both start training around the same time, so it does suck. I know. I think they had his funeral today. So
yes. I think it was the 6th yesterday.
Okay. So
yeah. Matter of fact, that's why Tony Khan was saying if you don't want to come to work that day to go to the funeral, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is rough.
Yeah.
And this is one of those times, and I saw somebody say something. It was Kaylani, and I gotta say, because your boy is hungry, man, I could always use me some
wings. Yeah, woo. Wings, legendary flavors, world championship wings. Woo wings. Yeah. Woo.
You want to talk about the best wings that are out there? You look no further than the Woo Wings, made in the Space Mountain kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're made in the kitchen of Space Mountain with the longest line, ready for some wings. Too bad they don't have a physical location because I'll be in there. I'll be in there like swimwear. You know what I'm saying?
Legendary flavors.
Yo. This is facts because every time I add a picture, and I'll be trying. I promise you, yo, like I don't even realize I have so many. Like if I ran down the list, I think it's because we added so many videos now.
Yeah, we started adding videos.
So many videos. We might have like 70 pictures and a bunch of videos.
You raggedy bitch.
There's like we've got that. We've got the you raggedy bitch. We've got
accusations. These are not accusations.
You got that? We got that.
Yeah. Let me talk to
We've got so many videos.
you. It should have been me.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff
Suffering.
we are suffering. You know, we got so many. But you know what my favorite
We got
is?
options.
Hands, why are we trying to chase
You know me.
part of the problem? You're part of the problem, Ian.
You don't know me. You don't know
You
You
don't know me.
you know me.
You know me. You know me.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
Greatest promo of all time.
And you know what? They didn't even capitalize on that.
No, they did not.
They didn't even.
They had a gold mine right there.
You know what I'm saying? The figure 4 for 4 and a trip to Mushroom Mountain later, baby. Look,
Woo.
this is going to be the next video we add.
Oh yeah, we'll get that one
It's
next.
out and watch for the shoot.
Yep, that's next up.
I should have added it today.
Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that one.
That's the next one we're adding. Okay, so you know what? We went over the CM Punk thing, but we didn't even. You sent me these pictures.
Oh yeah. It's the complete breakdown.
This is the complete breakdown. Go ahead.
Okay, of course. He posted on Instagram calling out Dave a liar, Jericho a liar, the Stooge, Mox for having seen Rocky, because I guess that was the suggestion for their return feud for it to be like Rocky 3.
Okay.
Pokes around WWE to see if there's any interest despite being under contract that he's asked to leave. He's pulled from Collision announcement last minute due to him refusing to show up for vignettes and played a card last minute. Gets Ace Steel his job back, returns and makes a counterfeit Bugs comment. Yeah. Confronts Ryan Nemeth regarding a Twitter post, which Punk's catchphrase seems to be, "Do we have a problem?" When he says that to you, better get ready. He's going to punch you.
First off, CM Punk he's like the new poster boy for confrontation.
He very much.
Do we have a problem?
He's like, "Do we have a problem?" Does the ESPN interview that doesn't publish all that was quoted. Wow.
How's that his fault?
Yeah. Sends Christopher Daniels home from Collision. Yep. Bans Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy from Collision.
What? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, he did that. Matt Hardy's been talking crap the whole time about him because he's friends with the Elite. Wants to get into the Blood and Guts match. Yeah, he was trying to get in that. Tells Jungle Boy he can't use real glass. Tries to get on the Zoom calls with FTR and the Bucks. Yep. Since Ryan Nemeth from Collision may or may not have won a Hangman backstage. Cuts a post-show promo of Hangman about not moving action figures. Tried to arrange a meeting between the Elite. They did not want. Scuffles with Jungle Boy after comments during the match. Lunges at Tony Khan. Makes him fear for his life. Is terminated with cause. And then the other one, I think, is the first page.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Confronts Regal regarding being a stooge for Triple H. They say, yeah, he didn't shake his hand. Threatens to hold up a pay-per-view with Hangman because he was feared for his safety. Yeah, calls out Hangman on live TV with no intention of a program between them. Sends a legal letter to AEW regarding working with Moxley in a Rocky-style feud and possibly being cleared. Verbally abuses management and anyone in his path at the All Out press conference. Physically abuses management at Brawl Out. Leaks stories on Brawl Out. Door was taken down. Larry's teeth was knocked loose. Ace Steel's wife was in danger. Cited Illinois' Castle Doctrine Law.
Now, we read that backwards, but
Yeah.
reading all that, it sounds like CM Punk is a menace.
My dude, he's a goddamn nuisance. You know what?
Did that earlier.
You know what? If anybody has Michael Jackson energy, it's CM Punk. Because Michael used to roll up into place, cause all sorts of chaos, and then moonwalk his ass out of that place. Like that used to be the Michael Jackson MO for every music video. Like you remember Rock My World, right?
Of course.
Like he just rolls up into this bar and then sets it on fire. He gets in a fight with people. Like, why, Mike? What are you
Bro,
bet?
even the Remember the Time video, like
Yes.
he just rolled up in Eddie Murphy's castle. You rolled up in my man's kingdom. You supposed to be an entertainment. You start singing to the lady about when you used to smash.
Yeah.
Right in front of the king, bro.
Yeah.
Right in front of the pharaoh. Like, why are you such a menace? What were
Mike,
you
Mike was a nuisance.
doing? Straight nuisance, man.
I said like if Michael could like he'll look at a picture of him and it says do not let this man in this building, rip it down and just go and cause issues. Like
Like, bro.
like Michael Jackson didn't want no peace whatsoever.
That sounds like CM Punk wants no peace.
Yep.
You just want to do stuff.
Yep.
But you
Oh.
still gotta have him on the roster because, like, if it
Yeah.
makes dollars, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yo,
Oh my god.
facts. Omar said CM Punk got this dope be a Minutes of South Central phase.
Yeah.
Do we? What the
Yeah.
joint?
Do we have a problem?
No, real talk.
Yeah,
man.
yes, that's CM Punk. Is do we have a fucking problem?
Wow.
You know what? If I had like bringing him back to WWE, I would make sure every segment he's in a backstage fight, like every segment, and he would hit him with that. Do we have a problem?
Dog. Anytime somebody sees him, do we have a problem? I just milk it. Just
Yeah.
milk it.
Yes.
Clown the other company. Just
Yeah,
like,
clown him.
do we have a problem?
And then just have people like, no, Mr. Punk, and just back away.
Yo. Oh, you know what? What about I didn't see it. I only saw Lana or CJ Perry. She's on AEW now.
Okay, so she comes in and helps Miro, right? She helps him out. He gives him a chair to beat up Powerhouse Hobbs. And then afterwards, he gets out of the ring and says, "You're not real."
He said, "You're not real."
He yelled, "You're not real." Because I guess he forsaken everything as part of his Redeemer deal, including his wife, which I don't understand how this is supposed to work because we know he clearly lives with this woman.
Clearly.
So,
This is what he was thinking about right here.
yeah, I need that.
I remember you laid up with Lashley.
I need that. I'm not gonna stop until Lashley says that in a promo one day.
He got to.
He
Like, we
got
got to talk it up. We're gonna
Yeah.
talk it up.
Yeah.
That also, since you brought up the Wusa Miro,
Yeah.
you know what? Sometimes I really love AEW fans. I should have got video, but I saw the video when they were in there. They look, and shout out to Big E because
Oh
Big E
yeah,
started this.
he started
You know,
this big
Two
meaty
big
man
meaty men slapping meat.
meat. Yeah.
It was just nothing but chants of what the meat,
Yeah.
holy meat. I'm gonna get the video.
Yeah.
We're gonna have it
Yeah.
on the next show, and
Yeah.
we're keeping that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, all I'm saying is like that was spectacular.
Yes, it was.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
This is meat. Every time they hit it, every time Hobbs and Miro hit each other, the fans meat.
Yeah.
Meat.
And now they have a meat shirt.
Do they really?
Yeah, yeah. AEW selling a shirt that just says meat on it now.
I'm not. How can you be mad at that? I'm not mad at that.
Oh my god.
That
No,
is genius.
I mean,
Honestly, if you want to be serious, I'm actually disappointed that Big E and New Day didn't do it first.
really,
Y'all created it.
yeah,
Like off, and you know what's really funny? That came from a New Day podcast. He
Yeah.
never said that on WWE programming.
honestly,
He said they asked Big E what his dream
match was, and he said it was Goldberg.
He said it's Goldberg. He said, I don't care about your work rate. I don't care about your 5-star matches. He's like, I want Goldberg.
And now he's like, with two big men with big.
Well,
You know
big
what?
chest.
He always makes me laugh because he stumbles because I know what he was trying to say. He was going to say big titties. I know he was going to say big titties. He said two big men with big titties. He stopped himself and said, with big chests and big
Bumping
muscle, bumping meat. And Xavier Woods' laugh on that
Wow.
was like, Oh my god.
Classic.
It-
And that was
best
like
clip.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
2-3 years ago?
Honestly, that won him the world title, in my opinion. That promo won him the world title, not
It wasn't
thinking.
no promo.
Yeah.
Oh, fun fact, I still want to see these videos because like
Yeah.
they did like a bunch of episodes and they
Yeah.
shot everything in video, but they never
Yeah.
released the videos.
Yeah.
There's only a few videos that's out, so I definitely got to see that. Oh man. Oh, also like we dropped this episode today at Thursday.
Yeah.
Hopefully you go check out the Ring Wars Carolina TV because new episode just dropped today. Matter of fact, and hit that up www.youtube.com/ just look up Ring Wars Carolina TV. Episode dropped today with what was the matches on it? There was there's one championship match. It was James Anthony versus Xander Keys for the RWC Junior Heavyweight title, and a street fight between Gemstone and Codename Flex. Speaking of Mr. Gemstone, myself and Gemstone will be going to Virginia Saturday. We're going to Colonial Beach for Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling. It's going to be our second trip to Virginia wrestling. We are in a tag team called XLG. And fun fact, I didn't even realize at the time when I wanted the name to be XLG that was also a symbol for extra large. And I just wanted a name with the X in it. Like at first we was like LXG or XLG. And I was like, yeah. And then I believe it was Preston Quinn. He was like extra large. And I was like, nah, it's just, oh crap. That's what it means. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they dig us in Virginia.
Hey, they dig.
That's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? They like us. And we're going back. Matter of fact, we'll probably be going to Virginia once a month from here on out. And Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling should be, I was told we were doing TV episodes, and that should be premiering on Right Now TV.
What?
And I believe that is a channel on Roku. So Right Now TV, or you could probably hit up the website or just go to YouTube, look up Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling. But we're supposed to be on Right Now TV on Roku. I don't know the times yet. I just know we were there last month and we filmed 4 episodes. Well, we taped 4 episodes. We wrestled twice. We wrestled the Real Life Freaks and we wrestled the Extreme Horsemen of Preston Quinn and C.W. Anderson. You know what I'm saying? Hard-hitting matches. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to say who won or lost anything because they haven't came out yet. Just know what happened. And just know that we're going back this weekend. So you already know what's going down. I believe. Yeah, because we just, matter of fact, I believe that is the move. That should be my last match for the month.
Oh,
I don't know for sure. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at with that. But you already know. So, with all that being said, usually we like to try and trick you. You know, we'll be like,
we could trick you.
And then I hit the video. So I just want to make sure that you guys make sure you follow all the